Hello, everyone. Welcome in my podcast. Me, Ryan, and today we are talking about the history of Australian Aboriginals, and or you can say it's a truth telling. So I just note down some topic that I will talk about it. Here is the topics that I will talk. Truth telling or truth unveiled. The segment one is understanding truth telling. Segment two, barriers and enables. Segment 3, strategies for acceptance. And in the segment 4, it's the expertise video who actually explained shortly about it. So yeah, so let's start the podcast. So, hi everyone, and welcome to the Truth Unveiled. I'm your host Ryan. Today we are talking about something very important for all of us in living in Australia, national truth. It's not just about looking at the past, it's about how we can move forward together as a country. Today, I will be using insights from the report, coming to terms with the past to understand why this matters so much for contemporary Australia. So let's jump on the segment one, which is understanding truth telling. So, what does truth telling actually mean on a national level? It's basically about having an honest conversation about history. For a long time, the stories of First Nation people were silenced. National truth telling means recognizing the strength of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander cultures and acknowledging the impact of colonization. When we do this, it's not to make people feel guilty, it's to build a foundation of trust. Without trust, there can be no real reconciliation. Now, why this is so hard? One major barrier is fear. Some people fear that telling the truth will divide the country or create anger. There is also historical denial, simply waiting to forget the past. But there are enables too. Storytelling is a huge one when we listen to the lived experience of others. It builds empathy, education, and community support also help. By bringing these stories into our schools and public space, we make it easier for every Australian to accept our shared history. How do we actually make this happen? We need national strategies. This includes changing our school curriculum so the next generation grows up with the full story. It also means having national truth telling ceremonies and memories. These actions helps normalize the truth, making it a natural part of the being Australian. Let's see a expertise video who explain it shortly.
I think it's important that we educate teachers, we educate educators, and we get to the kids, because the reality is that's where we've got a greater scope to build capacity, build empathy, build a heart that's geared towards hearing our story, sitting with us and hearing our truths. You know, we can't turn our head away anymore to the truths of what happened here. And it's not to point fingers, and I don't come from that position, because I want to bring us all together so we can heal. I'm crying out for healing for my people, because we hear this term all the time, you're resilient, but that doesn't mean we want to be resilient, we want to be free. We want to be trauma-free. This transgenerational trauma stuff, it is scientifically proven that it can be passed on through the DNA. It is real. So to answer your question, I hope with all of my heart that we are coming to a position in this nation where we can stop turning our head away, open our hearts, and just grow a little bit of capacity for our story.
As we wrap up, remember, truth telling isn't about blaming anyone, it's about healing, empathy, and building a strong bridge between First Nations and non Indigenous Australians. Thank you, everyone, and thank you all to join me on the Truth Unveiled or the Truth Telling. I'm your host, Ryan, and signing off for today.